Hello everybody, it's Vinyl Rich here. It's Vinyl Find 70. Right now is a very exciting time to be in the VC. A lot of you might not know it, but we're in the middle of week 5 of the first VC Fantasy Football League. There's 12 of us that are in that league, and it's going pretty well. And hopefully that's a tradition that we can carry on. Also, there's going to be a comic book called Tales from the Dead Wax, I believe. I'll check that out. That Andy's Vinyl Den is going to write and illustrate that comic book. There's going to be 6 stories in it, I believe. Yours truly's story is going to be part of that. And but this is a Vinyl Finds video. I have some Vinyl Finds that I want to show, but today I went to the first time I've ever been to the Rose Bowl swap meet flea market. I've never been to it before. It's humongous. You can't go through the whole thing in one day. But I think before I show any vinyl, I'll show some video from that. And I have a friend here that wants to say hi, Benji.
About like this, about 18 inches. I think it adds 3 feet to it.
So on the map, it's like New Vertex up there.
With Monopoly.
I mean, the people that sell it. The ones that gave me not the problem.
Do you like the stones?
Well, there, and that, the other side.
Oh god, don't even.
That don't have
Monday was
I almost went to see him at the Hollywood.
I know, right?
And then I went and I was like, wow, never again. No doubt.
Honestly, Monday was like
Great.
okay, yeah.
the worst.
Yeah, he'll enjoy that.
If I had to go to work, it wouldn't have worked.
I didn't do anything. I called.
Hello everybody, it's Vinyl Rich here with Vinyl Finds number 70. I have quite a few records here. You just saw I went to the Rose Bowl flea market. It's the first time I've ever been. I first heard about this probably in the late 70s. My cousin Guy, I remember he went. He had this old antique looking cabinet where he put his records and his stereo, and I asked, man, that is cool, where'd you get it? And he told me the Rose Bowl swap meet, and I've never been. We went. It's humongous. It's too big to see everything in one day. We'll go back maybe later in the year when it's cooler. We kind of went with the intention of looking for some tables. We would like a new dining table. We just thought, see what they would have there. They had some really cool stuff, and we would like maybe a coffee table in the living room, but we didn't see anything we wanted to buy. But anyways, I got 2 records. I didn't want to get more than that because that's not why I went, and I didn't want to get my wife pissed off at me. But the first one, I picked up 2 from this one vendor that you saw me looking through. And the heavy metal ones, that Slayer, it was in, I think it said good minus. It wasn't in good condition. All the punk ones I already had. But what I did find 2 good albums here. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Natty Dread. This is actually probably my favorite Bob Marley album. I think side 1 of this is maybe the best Bob Marley side. You got Lively Up Yourself, No Woman, No Cry, Them Bully Full, Them Belly Full, Rebel Music. And then side 2 starts off with So Just Say, I love this album. This one and that Crazy Ballhead one, Rastaman Vibrations, Inner Sleeve, and this is in fantastic shape. Really cool labels. I had this before. It was a victim of my marriage, though. The next one here is, let me take it out of this. This is Amandul 2, Carnival in Babylon, and this is still sealed. And I couldn't believe this. I go, wow, what the heck? I'll open it. But it even has this Music Man Murray record store label right here with a price tag of $2.38. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm assuming it's in great shape. Amandul, Carnival in Babylon. My second Amandul album. Very cool. Now, this next one here, I forget where I bought it. It's Urban Waste. This is a hardcore punk band from New York. This is a 2003 release. They're from Queens, New York. It's a Reagan era punk. The whole side, it's an EP. I mean, I don't know. It's 4 songs on each side, and it's probably about 8 minutes per side. You know, it's hard, raw, full of energy, typical 80s punk. By the second song, Public Opinion, man, I realized how good the vocals and guitars on this really are. I saw a YouTube video of Urban Waste. It's a newer incarnation of the band. It's not all original members. I don't know who is original and who isn't. And I go, man, they sound really good. And I looked this up, and this is, I believe, originally released in '82. And it's on Mad at the World Records. Comes with this insert with the lyrics and whatnot. And typical punk labels that are not typical at all. It's got a bridge here. I don't know which one. I'm not in New York. And we got one more New York hardcore. This is Wolfpack. Can't find out much information on this band. Apparently there were some kids that lived, I don't know, they were locked up in an apartment. They called them the Wolfpack. But anyways, this is on Bomp Records. That's why I bought this. I buy anything that's on Bomp nowadays. And it's a New York Wolfpack. They're from Albany, New York, upstate. I believe this might be where Salem Ground Zero's old stomping grounds are. The vocals are kind of youth of today worship vocals. But Bustin' Out and followed by Suicide. Man, that had me bouncing off the walls. This is really great. It has a lot of change of tempo. And this came out in '88. I actually bought this off the Bomp Records website. I had no idea they had hardcore punk on the Bomp label. And this is your Bomp label. Love that label. Now, this next one, High Octane Revival showed this. And the album cover I just thought was fantastic. And it's called The Sunday Drunks. It starts off with Tarred and Feathered, and man, it couldn't start off with a better song. I mean, this has Flipside CT written all over it. It is fantastic. It's raunchy 70s style rock. It sounds like 70s Rolling Stones if they had balls. You know, this is fantastic, dude. Really cool, raunchy, good rock and roll. Highly recommend. High Octane, Revival. That's a good one. He always shows good stuff, but you know, we're on a budget here, you know, we can't buy everything. And this is what the labels look like. The Sunday Drunks. Fantastic, dude. This next one, next 3 records were records that Salem Ground Zero showed. And I actually showed these on, I think it was Final Vine 68, but it got cut out. My camera cut off. I'm now filming with my new iPhone. It's an iPhone 7, that's what it is. And it's Bagra, 8 tracks, demo from 2016, I'm assuming. This is a band from Florida. The actual record is just, it's plain, there's no labels. It's pretty budge. And the actual record, it's just kind of piece of thick cardboard. And it's got the lyrics here. But man, this band is so wicked fast. It's hard to keep up with even though the lyrics are there, man, you can't even keep up with them. It's like crazy. It's the only thing about it is the lyrics are kind of stupid politics. I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or whatever. But the first song here is called Disarm. And it's, you know, disarm the police. Yeah, that's not a good idea, you know. I mean, maybe in your neighborhood, but in my neighborhood, no, that's not a good idea. And I got a 7-inch from Bagra. This fucking kicks ass too. And again, it's just, it's tighter than that first demo. So I'm assuming this came out after. I don't know when. But it's a 3-piece band. They're still hard to follow the words. The vocals are mixed kind of low. And I dig it though. It's wicked fast though. Wicked fast. I mean, it's like Discharge on steroids. And this is the Brain Solvent Propaganda. And it comes with this little insert. And still, they'll find soldiers to fight in their wars. A little insert. Very political band. But some of their politics are absolutely ridiculous. This next one is another one that he showed. It's got these little cards in here. And this is Leavened In Totem. And this is Static. This is a one-sided EP. This is a band from Portland. I don't know if I mentioned, Bagra's from Florida. This is a band from Portland. And this is came out 2016. This is some noisy ass shit. I mean, it's kind of a standard punk music, standard punk band, but it has synths and effects with it. And it's not the wimpy 80s sissy synths. This is some like industrial sounding noise. It's got a female vocalist who is unhinged but fantastic. A lot of female hardcore singers I don't really care for. I like Bi Squad. I'm not saying I don't like female punk rock singers, but some of the hardcore where they're really singing and their rage, it can get kind of nerve-wracking for me. I don't know if I could take a full album of this band though, man. This is really intense. And that's saying a lot coming from me, man. This is guaranteed to get on everybody's nerves. And that's what punk rock is supposed to do, you know? And it comes with these artistic cards, which I have no idea. I'm thinking it's going that way. Pretty cool. And like I said, it's a one-sided, and I think it's etched with a praying mantis. I don't know if that's going to come out. If it is, cool. If not, oh well. Oh well. One-sided. Crazy. I'll probably get something else by them, but I don't know, man. The whole album of these guys, they're pretty wicked. Now this band here, it's another punk band. Side Eyes. This came out in 2017. Here is Astrid McDonald. She is the daughter of the guitar player from the Go-Go's and the guitar player and singer from the Red Cross. I did have a split with them that had Don't Talk to Me on it. And unfortunately, that's probably my favorite song on the whole album. There's some good songs. Cat Call's pretty cool. This is way more mainstream than those last two albums. But it's a little too predictable. I was kind of disappointed. Nothing really stood out. You know, I've heard it before. Except for the song Don't Talk to Me. I mean, nothing really stood out. It's just standard fare. And the vocals on here are typical teenage, you know, I had a date, teenage jerk, you know, dead end boy, and, you know, just, it's, I don't know, the lyrics to me were pretty subpar. And this is a pretty cool picture of the band. I have seen videos of this band, and they do put on a good show. And, yeah, it's got all the lyrics, you know. You took me on a date. Shouldn't have went. It was lame. You made me go to the Grove. I should have just said no. Yeah. Next one here. X. Back in the day, I had the first 3 X albums. And then they had, I think it was Wild Thing. They had the single Wild Thing. And I go, what? Wild Thing? And it was from a movie soundtrack. And then their next single was Breathless. And I didn't really care for that. That was on, I don't remember the name. That was on the album that came out right before that. And this is the first album where Billy Zoom left the band. He had left the band on the previous album. Because he on that, the album that came out before that, they were shooting for like mainstream, you know, they wanted to hit it big, and it didn't happen. And I guess Billy Zoom was a little disappointed. This isn't a bad album. It has a different sound, the production-wise, but it's kind of still the same. You know, they didn't really evolve much. It's got a 4th of July on it. It's a fantastic song. I'm going to have to listen to it more. And the guitar player is really good, though. Tony Gillickson. He's a good guitar player. He's probably actually technically a better guitar player than Billy Zoom. But, yeah. I mentioned the comic book that Andy Vinaldin is going to make. And this is the inner sleeve. And see how we are. I think it's their 5th album. I don't know if I'll get any more X. I kind of wondered. I go, I wonder how he's going to draw, you know, the old farts like me and Balding Boomer, you know. And, you know, I thought, you know, hey, just let him do what he wants. And I thought, I mean, should I let him know what I kind of look like? And the reason I'm bringing it up while I show this, 2 times people came up to me and they thought I was Billy Zoom, the guitar player from X. And one time the guy asked me for an autograph, and I told him, no, man, I'm not Billy Zoom. And he goes, oh, I understand. You don't want to sign off. And I go, no, dude, really, I'm not Billy Zoom. But anyway, this is a picture of me. This is probably '83 or so. So it's a couple of years after that story, but give you a general idea what I look like. T-shirt. This was probably either a Black Flag or a PIL shirt. That's what I usually wore. Now this next two, some 70s stuff, just like the first two. We're going full circle, you know. It's like the circle of life. It's Spirit, and I have to look at this one to know the name. It's 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. Oh, I didn't stutter. And this is a pretty good album. I like it. I've only listened to it twice. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but it's really cool. It has a really good flow to it. Good keyboard, good guitar. On the Epic label, I will give that some more spins. And the last one I'm going to show here is Fever Tree for Sale. Now, the only song I'd heard by this band really was that one about the girl going to San Francisco. And I like that song. And this is a later album, maybe their third album or so. I think this came out in '69, if I remember right. It's on Ampex Records. And, I don't see. I think it's '69. This singer, dude, he has a really good voice. And it almost isn't like a typical rock style singer. He's more like a Tom Jones, you know, that type of. And some of the production in this is almost that kind of thing. And then there's psych mixed in. It really threw me off the first time I heard it. I've listened to it twice since then, and I dig this record, dude. I mean, I don't know if it's cool to like Fever Tree or not, but I really dig this. Side 2 is Hey Joe. You know, come on, another Hey Joe. It's like 12-minute, almost a 13-minute song, 4 seconds short of. It takes up all of side 2, and it starts off with "I Put a Spell on You," and I thought, I don't know if this is gonna be very good, but it takes off, dude. And they even do a love cover. She Comes in Colors. But they pull it off, dude. I dig this album. Glad I got it. I'll probably check out their first two, you know. It's a pretty interesting album. It's different. Anyways, that's it. Like I said, there is a BC Fantasy Football League going on. We're in the middle of week 5. And Andy's Vinyl Den is doing the first BC comic book. And check out Andy's Vinyl Den's channel. Find out about the comic book. I think it's going to be done probably in January, something like that. If you're not subscribed to High Octane Revival, I suggest you subscribe to him. He's always showing great stuff. Also subscribe to Salem Ground Zero. The dude is very personable. He is a really cool guy. I really dig the dude. And also Get Into It, Jason. Check out those 3 channels if you're not subscribed to them. That's it. Take care, guys and gals. And that's a cut.